Well, guys, it finally came out.
About time, too.
Yeah, they only made us wait over a year.
Now that the pandemic is over, there's going to be a bunch of Marvel movies coming out over the next year.
Yeah, we'll have Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4, and Black Panther 2. Blimey, we're not going to have to review all of those, are we?
I sure hope not.
I guess it's up to what Sam wants to do. Luckily for us, he hates making these things.
Thank God for that.
I just hope he leaves room for Fantastic Beasts 3.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones 5!
Son of a bitch, next year's really gonna suck. Well, anyway, hello everyone, I'm Batman, and this is the review of Black Widow. So, Black Widow finally got her own movie. Honestly, it wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad. It was incredible.
Incredible is kind of a stretch.
Yeah, it was definitely good, but there wasn't really anything that put it over the top.
What about all the cool new characters that were introduced?
There were some pretty good ones. I definitely liked her sister and the Red Guardian.
Oh yeah, her sister was great. I especially liked the fourth wall joke she made about Black Widow posing.
What doesn't make sense, however, is that you'd think Black Widow would have brought her up at some point beforehand.
It definitely would have helped if the previous movies gave us a little more information about Black Widow's backstory. Yeah, all we get is a short flashback in Age of Ultron, and a quick comment about not knowing her father in Endgame.
Hey, don't forget about the first Avengers. Loki mentions Dreykov's daughter to Black Widow.
He did?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I really just thought he was referring to her as Dreykov's daughter.
Wow, it's crazy that they set that up so long ago.
If we're being honest though, it probably wasn't their original intention in 2012. Yeah, you're probably right, but it works either way.
Speaking of Dreykov's daughter, I honestly didn't like the twist too much of her being Taskmaster.
Yeah, I was really hoping we'd get a more comic-accurate Taskmaster. Me too, especially if I got to show up and kill him.
It really just felt like Taskmaster was put in there so they could have a popular villain that fans recognize from the comics.
None of the villains honestly got that much development.
Well, that's just because the focus is on Black Widow and her struggle to take down the Red Room. The villain is the organization, not so much Dreykov or Taskmaster.
I guess that's a fair point. Maybe for the majority of the film, but at the ending they treat Dreykov like some big, powerful adversary. Oh yeah, they do the whole thing with his pheromones keeping the widows from attacking him.
That was honestly a pretty stupid thing to just throw in at the end of the movie.
Especially since she solved it 5 minutes later.
Well, it was just a plot twist thrown in to mix things up.
Yeah, but then it's revealed that Melina already told her about it, so it was really already part of the plan.
Which really made it feel even more pointless.
Fine, I'll agree it was a little pointless, but it still helped build tension for this scene.
Okay, but why though? It's not like there was any chance she was gonna die.
Yeah, she clearly wasn't going to since this takes place before Infinity War. Speaking of which, they tried to make us think she was gonna die a lot. Yeah, she was involved in so many explosions and car crashes, and yet she somehow always came out unscathed.
Sure, but what about when Taskmaster blew up her car at the beginning? That sure came out of nowhere.
I agree, that was cool, but how did Taskmaster even find her?
Indeed, I don't believe that was ever explained.
Well, he was looking for the vials.
So are you saying the Red Room knew Yelena sent them to Natasha from Budapest?
And if they did, how come they didn't have Yelena killed if they knew where she was?
Hey, that reminds me of something else. I don't think it was ever explained where the vials came from in the first place.
Well, Yelena got them from the rogue widow she killed, so it was probably stolen from the Red Room.
But why would the Red Room make an antidote to their own mind control agent? Actually, that kinda makes sense. Villains do tend to be stupid. Yeah, true that.
I never would have made such a stupid mistake.
Alright, I'll admit, you bring up some good points. But the focus of the movie is on the characters, and I think they were all phenomenal.
I have to agree with that. I especially love the relationship they developed between Yelena and Natasha.
Yeah, it just stinks that we won't get to see the two of them together again.
At least with the after credits scene, it looks like Yelena will become a major part of the MCU.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'll also admit that the movie had some great comedy.
Totally. The Red Guardian was especially hilarious.
I definitely loved how he kept claiming to have fought Captain America.
My favorite part was when him and Melina were hinting at having sex. That made me lose my
My favorite parts of the movie were the fight scenes. They were all so well done.
Oh yeah, totally. Felt a bit different from normal MCU fight scenes since there weren't any superpowers involved.
They also had each one take place in a vastly different area, which made them all feel special.
Also, having Taskmaster mimic some of the Avengers' moves made her feel a little comic accurate. Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
See, guys, there was plenty of stuff to love about this movie.
I don't think anyone ever said it was bad, it just felt a lot smaller than normal MCU films.
Overall, though, it was still a well-made and entertaining solo film for Black Widow.
And it was definitely better than Captain Marvel.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, anyway, I think that'll be it for the review. We'll see you guys next time when we review The Suicide Squad.